This is John Levison for TRI247. We're at Sigma Sports in Hampton Wick with the familiar features of Stuart Hayes. Now, Stuart, a different role for you tonight. Rather than athlete, you were host here of the evening with Lucy Charles. Was that more nervous than racing? Something new for you on your CV, I guess?
I was actually pretty nervous before I came here because I've never done anything like this before, but Lucy made it very easy because she's very good at talking, very good at answering questions. So it was a new experience for me and something I'd like to do in the future. And it's my first time I've ever done something like this, and I did it tonight. Excellent.
Well, obviously you've been around triathlon and the UK scene for, I don't know how many years, but certainly more than half of your life, from very accomplished junior and still racing now. I know you're sort of, probably fair to say at the tail end of your career in terms of professional triathlon. So just tell us a bit about what you're doing race-wise and just how much training you're doing these days.
I don't train nearly as much as I used to. I do more stuff for fun now. I mean, I'm doing actually the World Triathlon Cross this year as an age grouper, just for a bit of fun, because I'm going there to look after Michelle. And I'm also going to do Laguna Phuket Triathlon at the end of the year, and I'm going to do Windsor Triathlon as well, because I like that race. So I'm just doing it because I want to keep fit still, and I'm starting to put on a little bit of weight, so I've got to be careful.
Well, I'm sure most of us would like to be putting on a bit of weight and still be quite slim as you, but obviously the fitness is working now. Obviously you had a long career, and we've spoken about it before off camera, but in a way perhaps that career is probably summed up very nicely in two particular events. So I thought it'd be quite good to just have a quick chat with you about those. The first of those, 2010 World Triathlon Series, Kitzbühel. You took the big victory there, still the only non-Brownlee British athlete, male at least, to have won a World Series. Just talk us through that race and what that meant to you, because I know you'd been trying to win one of those races, previously the World Cup Series, for many years, and you did it in style against a really top quality field that day.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected. I mean, in that race I won it on the bike, because not many people were attacking their bike back then, but obviously Alistair and Johnny do it all the time now, but back then it was quite a new thing, and I thought to myself I could keep coming maybe in the top 5 to 10. I was kind of sick of it, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it everything, I'm going to go off the bike and see what happens, and I won. I was pretty shocked myself, to be honest, and it was the only time I've won. I mean, I had a few podiums before, but to actually win was something I'll never forget, and I think that's kind of helped set me up for the Olympics in 2012.
And at which point in that sort of Olympic cycle did you have that realisation or that guidance, or I suppose from British Triathlon, that there actually was a realistic possibility of them taking a pilot athlete or a domestique athlete, as I think it may well have been called at the time, and that you were one of those athletes that would potentially be a good fit for that would be a realistic option for you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually realise I had a chance of going to the Olympics in 2012. That year I was actually quite injured, especially on the run, so I really thought it was over. But I think what happened was I caught the eye of British Triathlon from winning Kitzbühel on the bike. Alistair had a massive eye on me because he liked the way I raced really aggressively, and I think combined with the things that happened, they decided to take a domestique and they picked me. So I was really happy, and it was a big shock to me, and I think it's a big shock to everyone else, apart from Alistair and Johnny that kind of wanted a domestique, so it worked out well.
And that Olympic experience, an Olympic experience on home soil as well, I guess that's something that will live with you forever, really.
Oh, it totally will. I mean, I really didn't expect, and nor did the Brownlee brothers, that there's going to be so many people watching. I mean, there's over 1 million people there on the day, and to a point where we couldn't communicate. And to this day, I still to this day remember all the people that turned up, and we weren't able to warm up, and it's just a great experience. And yeah, something I'll never forget.
And I know one of the things that keeps you very busy these days is coaching with Team Dylan, and also I guess certainly when you're in the same location, probably doing a lot of training as a training partner for Emma Pallant, who's obviously probably Michelle's best known athlete. So just tell us a little bit about that, and maybe some of the people that you're involved in coaching and what you sort of do day to day.
Yes, so I'm off to Spain actually at the weekend for a 2-month training camp with Emma. She definitely keeps me on my toes. It started off that I used to teach her how to take a water bottle, go around corners, and then it got to a point where we were training together, and now it's got to a point where if I'm not careful, she's going to be going, Stuart, you need to pick up your train to keep up with me. So it's gone through the whole phase of training, which is really nice. Yeah, I coach a lot of age group athletes, and the people I coach, I treat everyone the same, to Emma, to a very beginner, and I love coaching. It's something which I think helped me retire, because without the coaching it'd be very hard to just stop and go into a job, but going into the coaching has really made me realise how much I love triathlon.
Well, keep up the good work. It's been great to have, well, I think your sort of length of time in triathlon probably pretty much mirrors mine. Obviously mine is a significantly lower level all the way through performance-wise, but we're still here, we're still doing various bits, so good to have you still in the scene, and hopefully you'll be here for many years to come.
Cheers, John.